This is a public art project by the Museum of Contemporary Art, which is sponsored by Urban Starwood Investments. And it's got, well, we don't have everybody that's in here. Disco Dan was supposed to do something and able to get anything done, but all these other people, Zephyr, Shepard Ferry, Keir, Ron English, Coleman.
And you.
Clear. I don't know, and Clark, yeah. And this is one of our first outdoor projects from MoCA. Hopefully many more will come. And guys, a lot of them have come through. Actually, Zephyr is a very famous graffiti guy that did a lot of the trains in New York City in the late 70s and early 80s. Hey, Pete.
How you doing? It was me who did that. What up?
All right, you're the man. Let's go over here to Zephyr's.
So you did this in one afternoon?
Yeah, we did it all in one afternoon. Mine, I kind of did it. I sort of had these. I wanted to save mine, so I painted it at the studio. But Zephyr's really famous. He's in all the books. He does all kinds of stuff. And you can actually. He's like one of the what they call old school, which is like. Actually, it's sort of more readable than a lot of them. And he's like really amazing. Like, I think that's the guy off the pecan, green peas, and or something like that. I'm not sure. And then,
Bird's eye.
yeah, bird's eye.
That's a little sprout.
Yeah, and then he's been doing
The bird's eye sprout.
alligators or crocodiles. And then this is Clear down here.
So the Zephyr was a graffiti artist?
Yeah, and he's actually from like went to one of those high schools, BBC or something. He's from around here. Nobody kind of knew that he was a DC guy, and he's like world famous. I mean, he's like really like, and also old school type guy, but he gets a lot of respect. And this is you can see like how incredible the work is. I mean, it's like the detailing and everything. It's like really incredible. Now, here.
And how long did it take him to do this?
Well, let's see. They did it one afternoon.
Yeah, explain all that thing again. You were saying
Yeah.
about how you did it.
Oh yeah, we have a
Police came.
through Starwood permission to use these walls, and they're like 11 by 12 feet. This is Keir right here. A couple of these guys I really don't know. It's a kind of a generational thing. We eggs on them. This is an incredible piece, which I can't tell you who did it. I mean, I should know. Back at the gallery when they did some of these. This is a guy from Philadelphia. This is the one that like all the decorators around town is like going nuts for. It's a great color. And,
Yes. Anybody got any commissions for this?
they're working. I'm sure there'll be some things coming down, because these actually up at while you were sleeping, they did the walls there. It's like better than any mural you've seen in a restaurant or anything like that. It's really incredible. And it's another thing, if you get the detailing in there, how wild it is. And it's really conceptual, because these guys come out here and they do this freestyle. Use a little drawing or anything. They just start like composing, just like just like Jackson Pollock, only on a flat wall, and they just have a concept. They spend a lot of time doing tons of drawings that get it together, and it's like it just becomes like a religion. It's like surf skateboarding. It's another religion, and
Just from just whatever vision they got in their head.
yeah, well, they work it out, and then they get feedback from other people. They're very competitive, and it kind of works out like it's sort of like the way they used to be, where people would get together and talk, and they go back and forth about things. And we had there was a giant crowd down here. People were really freaking out. And some lady called up and she said she didn't know that we did it, and she said, "Man, I've been living around here for 25 years, and this is like the greatest project that ever hit Dupont Circle because it's like so wow and everything." And so we were really happy about it, and the company was real about it and everything. And let's see, I guess we can move over to the hey.
Camera.
Kiss Kids. But I was trying to think who else. There was somebody else. Every artist seems to have like a that comes back and forth. I mean, and so it's kind of like like Jasper Johns did tons of flags and everything.
Has Kiss seen this?
I don't know. He said he could either get sued by Coca-Cola or Kiss. It's kind of up in the air as to whose lawyers will contact him first. And but he does guerrilla billboards, where he likes to subvert society through their own advertising techniques.
So what's it? So the response has been pretty good. I mean, this is not used to seeing this.
No, they're not really. They don't have too many outdoor street projects. There's one over on that wall over there. There's Byron Peck, he's been doing these things. He does these sort of urban legend thing. Well, not urban legends per se, but he does a lot of gets money from in the government and does sort of neighborhood paintings like Malcolm X and people. And then Ever did this one. You can see it from over. Oh, this one right here is Richard Coleman, Ever. He's living in Boston now. And the one down there, those are teeth. Teeth. T-E-A-T-H. If you look at the pink things, and then the green gums and pink teeth. I can't figure out what the guy's munching on. He's a guy named Corey who does, he's also a hip-hop musician who sings with a group, The Lab. And then these are the big shepherd fairies.
Can you do that from a stencil?
No, you know what he told me? He does them with Xerox. It's Xerox.
Was he here when he did that?
Yeah.
So how did he put it up there?
He's an amazing dude. That's part of the deal. He gets, he could put them on the wash. And that's part of the thing in graffiti of like people go like, now how in the hell did the dude get up there? They had a ladder. You put the glue on and then you use he has sort of a makeshift, he puts them up and then you glue over it and it'll last like, it'll last for quite until it starts to come apart. And then he makes art out of the ones that coming apart. So Starwood's pretty happy with this project?
Love you guys. You did a beautiful job. Again.
Thanks, amigo.
All right.
We'll see.
Hopefully this continues too.
Yeah,
other sites, other projects.
Yeah, all kinds of artists. Yeah, this is really wild. But these things, you have to ride on the red line to see a lot of this stuff.
Right.
And it proves that these people know what they're doing. It's really amazing.
Yeah. Well, there are a bunch of young people too.
Yeah, that's it.
So
some
they
of them
have a
aren't
new,
that young.
fresh mind about development.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can
Can I have one?
Absolutely, sir.
All right.
Super.
Yeah, it's Andre the Giant.
What is this? What?
Andre the Giant has a posse.
To this day.
Oh, this painting, like a Marcel Duchamp painting, it's in the Yale University Museum. And he hired a guy, I can't think of the guy's name, but he hired a sign painter. They used to have these things in the 20s and stuff. So it's a takeoff on the finger pointing that way. And then this is Big Dog, Bimbo. And this is Abraham Lincoln. This over here, that's the Capitol. This is Senator Jesse Helms. And then this is, and then of course, that's Mr. Mao. That Ron's Coke, Kiss Kids on Coke.
What's the significance of that?
I don't know. It's like all these artists today have weird obsessions. Like some people. I was trying to think what somebody. He's done a lot of, he does a lot of Marilyn Monroe's, and then he's been doing these KISS people, like KISS choosing his own kids as models, and so it was supposed to be like his kids, whenever they do caffeine, they get high and start acting weird. To see, like that one's called It's a Caffeine, and it's like the kids high. So they have to, only when they want their kids to be up, give them Coca-Cola products. And so it's kind of...
So that dude was,
Yeah, he worked for Starwood. He's with a real estate firm that that has that building.
yeah, wow.
So we've been getting a little money from Starwood
Pretty
and
cool.
stuff. Yeah, that's how we got some of the money together for the rehab of the Mocha. Yeah, but it's kind of like, man, I just, you know, when you're an artist, you're just not in with this sort of business world of DC, and unless you can get an interpreter who can, you know, go through that. I mean, they just look at artists as like weirdos. They don't see any deal or anything. So we were able to find somebody who kind of can communicate to the business world what the art world is trying to do and get some cash, you know, which is really important. It's really hard. So many of the organizations deal with these corporations, and they just want this, you know, like very conservative, you know, don't rock the boat kind of art. And you know, they're more interested in like a cocktail party than like what the art really represents. And we haven't, you know, that's not our scene. I mean, we're more into art that says something and or makes a statement. And you know, there's a lot just don't want to get with that. You know, they're afraid that something's going to offend someone, so they go with some like minimalist work of art that can be really but it doesn't really say anything, you know. It's kind of sad. And when minimal art was first done, nobody dug it. So 40 years later, now everybody loves it, but it doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't mean what it did when it was first done. So you know, things move on. Probably another 20 years, graffiti art will be just so basic. It'll be, you know, it'll lose a lot of the punch it has. But well, we're here today, not 20 years from now. So. Oh, well. Thank you.